Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Capril. Yes, I'm doing the paper cup scene today. I have to admit, I stopped by Chick-fil-A, my favorite fast food place. Got a little bit of breakfast. If you've never had their breakfast chicken sandwich, very tasty. Actually, it tastes a lot healthier too than the old Egg McMuffin. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about kind of a conversation I had with somebody recently. It wasn't a client. But the question was, look, the person said to me, I'm thinking about just dumping everything that I own, selling it all, and just putting everything in treasuries. What's wrong with that? He said. And of course, that's a difficult question for me to answer because I don't know the person's entire situation. But I do think in general, that's one of the riskiest things you can do. Let me explain. Last video that I did for you all, I was talking about the banking issues that we saw with the Silicon Valley Bank. And one of the reasons why Silicon Valley Bank got in trouble was it put a lot of its money in treasuries. Now, I know what you're saying. How could they be in trouble putting their money in treasuries? Aren't they guaranteed? Yes, provided you hold them to maturity. If you don't hold them to maturity, depends on what the market was willing to pay for them if you decide to liquidate them. So if you spend $10,000 on a treasury bond paying 3%, and suddenly now they're paying 4%, no one's going to be giving you the same $10,000 for your bonds. Why should they? They can go out and get a new one at 4%. The other issue that I have is the fact that interest rate that you receive is not going to give you a return above taxes and inflation. And so while you may feel that your money is safe, well, what you're actually doing, and I've used this expression many times, is you're going broke safely. Now, if you have enough money to where it doesn't matter, even if you put it in a shoebox, you can't run out, then fine, you can do that. So for example, if I gave anybody $100 million and I asked them to spend no more than $1 million a year, and they put all that money in a shoebox, will they ever run out of money? No, they will not. I'm even willing to bet if they were an infant just born, they're not going to run out of money, right? So sure, there is an amount you can have, a critical mass amount, if you will, where you can entitle yourself to no risk at all. But most people aren't there because most of us underestimate the long-term effects of inflation and taxation. Now, if you do have more money than you need and you can take low risk, that's fine. But you also may want to see your money grow as a way to help your heirs. It's entirely up to you. The one thing that I am adamant about is you cannot successfully time markets. When people tell me that they're thinking about putting all their money in cash or in treasuries, I know for a fact they're going to want to get back in as soon as the market goes back up. The problem, of course, is you don't know when that's going to be. Now, since this whole banking thing just occurred, markets last few days have been up. As I've said before, the idea of a bank failing is not new. It happens every single year. But if you're going to take this attitude that says, that's it, I'm not taking risk anymore, that's fine, but you got to mean it. We all love volatility when it's in its upward swing. We're not all excited when it's in its downward swing. Here's the key point. And I say this a lot, and I know you're probably getting tired of me saying it, but it's true. Humans, we're emotion-based beings. Emotion gets in the way. Fear gets in the way. That's okay. It's who we are. Many times, fear can be very useful. Helps you to avoid danger. But some things have to be done with a bit of a logic. And we know going in, we don't get returns consistently. We get them erratically. And when we are living through an erratic time, the strategy is we weather through it. We rebalance, we move on. You diversify so that you don't feel the full effects of the decline. And please remember this. Any news that you read, hear, etc., it's already factored into today's prices. In order for you to be a successful market timer, you need next week's newspaper today. If you can give us that, we can make a lot of money. So just keep that in mind. So no, I don't recommend anybody go 100% into treasuries, just like I don't recommend anybody put all their money in one particular company. Diversification works. It doesn't It doesn't immune you from all volatility, but it can improve things dramatically. Lastly, if you ever want to talk, I'm here for you. Please don't hesitate. Click where below we're indicated. You can schedule time with me. Be happy to talk. Take care. Bye-bye.